Welcome back to Han Took Shots First for the final episode of Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Chapter 16, The Rescue.
Who could that be?
I don't know. I think it might be Plo Koon.
It could be Plo Koon. Not with a green lightsaber, but it could be Plo Koon.
Well, you know, they thought he died, so he had to get a new lightsaber, and it was green because his blue one broke. Was it blue? Yellow?
It's that orange-yellow. More yellow than orange. Not like Balin's skull.
All right. I don't know. Did we ever see him use a lightsaber?
Yeah, I believe in the Geonosian pits.
Oh, yeah, when they were all like, hey, let's get the jump on these guys by running out into the open.
But that just proves that the Jedi shouldn't have been leaders in charge of a fucking an army. All the clones are like, they're going to get us killed out there. They told us to jump into the pit and just get surrounded by them. I don't think it's a good idea, but a good soldier follows orders.
So yes, first things first, real quick. This is the last episode that will be on the Han Took Shots First feed. I know I've been beating it in for the last few episodes.
I'm tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, just to remind you guys, go follow Bad Movies, Worst People. We're not stopping the show. We're just moving the home. We're going to keep all of our Worst People productions, podcasts in one sweet, cozy little home where they can live together like the Big Brother house.
It's like polyamorous. It's polyamorous.
Yes, it's polyamorous. Although that sounds
bad.
That sounds that sounds more like you just let a lot of people pee on you. So
I'm a toilet for more than one person.
But yes, this is the last time this is the second to last time I'll say it because I'm going to say it again at the end of the episode. But yeah, so we all know this is the episode where Luke Skywalker comes back,
but we didn't know.
We know
did
now.
Not know that.
But they were trying so hard to hide it. Like I know we talked about like my joke there that he had said that it was going to be Plo Koon. It was Plo Koon in the scripts. That's what people were told.
And do you know that is Dave Filoni's favorite Jedi?
Yeah. You had mentioned
maybe even
that
character
early on, probably when we were talking about him in the prequels.
Yeah,
at the beginning of the show. But I actually read that even in the rough, because they have this body double person there, and they in the rough cut version where they had the not final graphics on him, even in that they had like a rough Plo Koon head put on the body.
Okay.
So even at that point, they didn't want people to know other than the people who were in the room.
And I know that they had Mark Hamill there, and I don't think they needed to do this, but I do appreciate they did this. They had Mark Hamill there to block it out. So the body double got to look at what Mark Hamill was doing. Like, here's how I would do it, kid. You know, kind of, that's too Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where he's at now. But yeah. He blocked it out. It was like, here's how I would do it. I would approach it this way. You know, it's not the fight scene, but the getting off the elevator with the lightsaber out and then putting it on his hilt. Mark Hamill did that first. This guy fucking copied it. So to hide the fact that they were having Mark Hamill on set and on payroll, they had him voice a droid early on in this series. He's the bartender droid we talked about.
EV-99 or something like that.
So that's how I think that's how they were another way they were trying to hide it. Like, oh, we got Mark Hamill on the script, on the payroll today. Oh, they're probably having him voice another droid. Okay, that makes sense. Because this was a well-kept secret in an era of really hard times to keep secrets.
Yeah. And I guess when they filmed the stuff where he was on set during this, like, it was skeleton crew. It was as few people as they could have there to make it. So
we didn't talk about this when Grogu went to that seer stone, but I remember watching that episode as it came out, and Star Wars is at its best when there's mysteries. So this was like everybody's blowing up text threads that I'm on. Like, dude, who is he reaching out to? Let's put our heads together and figure out who's still out there. You know, go into the comics, go into the fucking cartoons. Let's figure out who this could be. So for me, this was a really, really excellent time in Star Wars. We know that someone's going to show up at some point in this fucking series, not this episode maybe, but you knew someone was going to show up. And I was so happy texting with like people that I don't, like my brother and I, we love each other to death. We don't have a lot in common, but when it comes to like our Star Wars and our Marvel talks, that's where we fucking shine as brothers. So this was him like hitting me up, me bouncing ideas back. Love that.
Yeah. It's cool because it's, you know, obviously, I feel like a lot of people's first thought is like, well, Luke Skywalker, he's running around doing stuff. But then it's like, no, that's too obvious because, it's Luke Skywalker. And it's like, this is Dave Filoni.
Exactly.
So he's got all these people. He knows every single one that's still running around out there.
That's why I thought it wouldn't be Luke. I'm like, look, dude, we know it's not Ahsoka because she's the one that sent him to that place. But now I'm thinking of like some of the cartoon characters and shit. But yeah, like I thought Dave Filoni's not going to go with Luke. He's going to go with some character that Derek's never heard the name of, but maybe Solomon Battle.
Well, but it does make sense.
I was rooting
because
for Quinlan Voss.
Well, this is when he's establishing his Jedi training academy, so it makes perfect sense that he would be the one. I mean, I guess he didn't have anybody working for him. I was like, maybe it doesn't make sense that he's the one. He could send someone else, but from the little bit we saw in the sequel movies, it was pretty much just him with a bunch of babies.
Cut to the end of this, when like we find out that the whole stone thing, they were talking back and forth because Luke Skywalker knows the whole situation. So I think he knew this is somebody important enough. Also, it's the third. No, he didn't get to meet Yaddle. It's the second of this species you've ever seen. And Luke Skywalker has traveled this galaxy. So he's like, this could be Yoda's fucking baby for all I know.
I mean, maybe.
I'm just saying, like
we don't know what Yoda was doing up in that fucking council room when everybody left. He's like, stay behind.
I did.
Yaddle, we have talk. Talk we have.
Sorry, work not well. Tired from last night. Sleeping I did not. Quain came twice already.
Come see new shower, you will.
But yeah, I mean, just imagine that. Imagine being a Jedi who was trained by Yoda and then never seeing another yodel, or yeah, we call them yodels, never seeing another yodel until you see this one. You're like, got to get there.
I mean, and the last Jedi trained by Yoda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you saw him die and now you get to see what he looked like as a baby. Is it weird? Yeah, probably.
Probably. I mean, for all he knows, because he doesn't know the age, this could be a reincarnation.
Yeah.
But
he doesn't know.
I do find it funny.
But...
I do find it funny because we know that he goes with him. That before this show came out, episode 7, Force Awakens, he says like Ben was his first student. Not true.
Well, I mean, he kind of gives up on this kid pretty quick, so.
Yeah, so you should be like, he was my first student that stayed. All right, buddy? Call it like it is. You fucked up as a teacher.
He was the first student who got a report card. All right.
He was my first graduated student. What was that first word?
Yes, this one aired December 18th, 2020. So Merry Christmas. Directed by Peyton Reed.
Happy Life Day.
And written by Jon Favreau. 2 more Emmys for this episode.
Fuck yeah.
Emmy for Outstanding Music Composition and for Outstanding Stunt Performance.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the stunt performance, I wonder?
I don't know. They don't say specifically.
I wonder if it's the Dark Troopers, because those are people in a lot of the blocking shots. Obviously, not every shot they did CG, but I know from the behind the scenes, anybody that doesn't know this, for season 1 of Mandalorian, there's a really awesome gallery, it's called, where it goes through like almost each episode. For the season 2, it's one episode of the behind the scenes making of Mando, and this they talk about where they have where the Dark Troopers start punching the door. Those are guys trying to sync up perfectly, because that was easier to block. I mean, yes, they throw CG over it, but it's you got people there blocking when they land, and it's like 8 of them marching. That is 8 people blocking that out.
Oh, that's cool. Because I did notice some of the CG on these guys. Like, there's parts where I thought, like, that could be a dude, but then it's, like, the way they move at certain points, like, the way their bodies turn and stuff. It's like, well, that's robotic. That's not human. Like, because, like, the whole body turns and then the head turns kind of thing. Like,
right.
But, yeah, you can just layer it in there.
Yeah.
You got dudes walking around in green pajamas, basically.
Mm-hmm. And it's what we talk about on our main feed, which this is all going to go to anyway, so you might as well get used to it. You can use CG to help accentuate, just don't replace people. It's all we've ever wanted.
Yeah. Yes, use it to assist your stunts and assist your special effects. Don't make it your stunts and make it your special effects.
Yeah. It's like cocaine. You don't just do cocaine on its own and then hang out. No, you have about 10 to 15 beers and then you use cocaine to enhance that moment.
Perfect.
I think I nailed that analogy. People that don't know, I have not done cocaine in years. Years.
I don't know. We all live in Arizona and everything's always flying around and we're always sitting on the podcast like, yeah, da, da, da. So people probably think we're just fucking yacked out all the time. But
also the fact that I never shut up. Like, that's just my ADHD, man. That's the reason I smoke so much weed is to try and calm that down and be a little human. Not like small. I don't want to be shorter.
a little, you want to be Grogu sized.
I'm trying to, I gotta smoke some weed. I'm trying to be a little human. Oh, much better.
I can't wait to be an Ewok. So yeah, this one starts. The slave one is
hair clogs.
The slave one is pursuing this Lambda class shuttle.
Did you know that?
I remembered it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
You're getting there, man. I love this.
That's actually
a good time in my life.
For those who listened to the last episode, and I talked about messaging with one of our patrons, Brian, that was one thing I said to him. I was like, well, it started out as super fan Jack and normal person me, who's like a casual fan. It's like, but the problem is the longer we go on, the more I'm saying words that I shouldn't know.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It's kind of
he invited me
thing.
to an Aldinian Minoc roast, and I was like, whoa. Excellent, Derek.
Are we going to use pod racer engines or what?
Which, by the way, this might be the most Star Wars-y slang episode ever.
Oh, really? I think
mean,
I've stopped noticing.
It is beyond. Maybe it was last episode a little bit too. I watched them both together, obviously, but so maybe it's a combination. But like, there's always some skank in the scud pie. Dank Ferrick, I'm just trying to get a carabast of a thing. Like, it is. I counted like 4 or 5 of them. That's like, if you are not aware this is Star Wars, it just told you hard.
It's not quite as much as Chapter 9, the Marshal, but it's getting there.
The Marshal might be the tops.
Two suns rise on the ass of a womp rat or whatever the fuck he says.
I mean, yeah. It also doesn't hurt this Timothy Oliphant saying it, which is why you remember it.
But yeah, he's chasing down this shuttle, disables it with an ion cannon. They go on to take Pershing, and the pilots grab him and take him hostage. I love that this co-pilot dude is just like, you fucking take him. I don't give a shit.
Well, first Pershing. Before that, Pershing's like, should we fight? Get ready to fight. And the guy's like, I don't have a fucking death wish. Do you? Like, they're pirates.
Yeah.
No, we'll give them what they want, and they'll leave us alone. But then, yes, they realize that they're there for Pershing. The co-pilot, okay. Take him.
Fucking take him. I don't care. And this other dude just fucking blasts him.
And this is the guy here.
He's got the great, because this is actually the first time, and it's one of those things I don't even think about being the first time, but like, this is the first time someone, I think, especially definitely on the Empire side, maybe in general in Star Wars, has referenced how many millions of people died on the 2 Death Stars.
Okay, but
because I don't think anything of it because of Clerks. But
right, of course, as you live.
But
your
like,
life.
because he starts out, he's like, I was on the Death Star, and Cara Dune's like, which one? He's like, oh, you think you're fucking funny? Like,
but before he did that, he was like, oh, your precious little Alderaan's gone. I'm gonna make you feel so bad that you're gonna wish you were never escaped Alderaan. Yeah, your planet's gone. I was there. I was on the Death Star, and that's when she's like, which one? He's like, it's not funny. Millions died. You just made fun of her blowing up her planet. You were just bragging about blowing up an entire planet, not a moon-sized space station, motherfucker.
People might not like this, but it's very reflective of our current, and I don't mean right now, I mean this last 20 years or so of our current political thing, because he's like, well, destroying your planet was a small price to pay to rid the galaxy of terrorism. Yep. And he says terrorism with such like vitriol, like it's just like terrorism.
I mean, we're not taking sides here, but it is that it's this 2 diametrically opposed opinions that'll never get along, and they're not going to have a dialogue, because as soon as you say one thing, they're offended, and you go and say the worst thing is it's not offensive.
Yeah, exactly. And she just fucking blasts this dude, and I mean, this blaster bolt is inches from Pershing's face.
Like, I don't think she cares. I really don't think she cares. She's like, look, I know you need Pershing. I kind of don't. And he comments on it's the rebellion symbol, I believe, like the phoenix. Mm-hmm. But he calls it, I saw the tear. So that's where it's like the Alderaanian tear.
Yeah. You've talked about that before, the tear of Alderaan.
And I think this is why I knew that, because of this fucking cunt.
But yeah, like she blasts him, and Mando just kind of looks at her like, bro, that was awfully close to our only lead on.
I'm trying to get the baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Okay.
Grogu's baby back.
Gideon's gonna get boarded. My knock sauce.
Wait, was Mando there? Or was it somebody else that gave her a look? Because Mando and Boba Fett go and meet. I watched this a few days ago, so I'm not super fresh. Because right after this, Mando and Boba Fett go and meet Bo-Katan on like Smokestack Planet.
Smokestack Lightning.
Did they grab the Lambda shuttle and then go there, or was he doing that separately? Okay,
I think so. Well, Boba Fett and Mando are there. So
okay, that's why I was confused. I was just like, did they do that separately? It's fine.
Because I love this back and forth that Boba Fett has here, dude. As one of them, I think it's the sexy wrestler girl. She's like, "You're not fucking Mandalorian." Oh no, it's Bo-Katan. She's like, "You're no Mandalorian." He's like, "Never said I was."
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that she doesn't consider Django a Mandalore, because then she later says, "You're a disgrace to your armor." So I think, when he says it's my father's armor, she's like, "You mean your donor?" So I think her big problem is that you're a clone, not that you're a Fett.
Well, and I think she's specifically thinking of like the clone troopers. She's obviously not everybody in this galaxy is privy to all the information we are,
right?
So not knowing that he was different, he was made different, he was raised different. He's not just a clone trooper.
There's also a general consensus though that the clones are lifeless and are soulless. Obi-Wan saw them as an extension of the Force. He was one of the very few. A lot of the other Jedi were just like, no, they don't have souls, so we can throw them at battle. So she might be under the same thought process, like, you're just a fucking clone, dude. You're not a real anything.
Well, she says something about going to Mandalore, and he's like, and that's when Boba pushes it over the edge, because he's like, "Are you kidding? It's glass." Like, she's like, "Fuck you, man." Like, that's my home.
Mm-hmm. And I love the little... Oh, she even has a fucking jibe. She's like, "You don't know me." He says to her, "You don't know me." She's like, "Honey, I've heard your voice 1,000 times.
Yeah. And then, what's her... Koska Reeves, the wrestler girl.
Yeah.
She attacks Boba Fett. They have a little bit of a fight, but Mando breaks it up with his flamethrower.
Hold on, we're not going to talk about the fact they end with dueling flamethrowers.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's rad. That's fucking rad, dude. They each get good like hits in to the point that they're shattering tables. She has a really fucking dope move, and I know the actress is a wrestler. So she does this dope-ass move where she like does her jetpack while she's holding onto his head, runs up a wall and throws him across the room. Like, yeah, using that jetpack for fighting. There
was something in the trivia, and I didn't write it down because I don't want to give these people too much credit, but it was something about her using...
her finisher.
She uses some wrestling moves, and like the head grab and stuff was like some certain kind of like a tornado DDT or something like that. So she's doing wrestling shit.
With a jetpack.
So
that's cool.
Makes it better.
Mando's like, "Fuck, I really got to practice. I didn't know you could do all that."
But Bo-Katan does agree to help them retrieve Grogu. But if we do, you have to help us. Also, I need the Darksaber. So you help us get Gideon and the Darksaber.
Oh, she changes her tune because she's like, "I'm not doing that. I have other things to do." And he's like, "I got to get to Gideon." She's like, "Hey, you can't get to Gideon. I know where he is. You can bring me to Gideon? Just lead with that next time. We're off."
Yeah, and this is when they're heading there, and they're going over the schematics of the ship, and it's like, well, it used to have hundreds of people. Now they only have a fraction of them because they're remnant. But Pershing tells them about the Dark Troopers. These are what you were talking about before when we talked about these guys. They're third gen. They're not suits. They're robots or droids.
Yep. The human was the weakness.
And so their whole thing is like, let's get in there. We'll stage this attack. We'll crash land in the
launch
deck, the launch tube, whatever.
It's the forward launch.
Yeah, and we'll act as a distraction for Mando so he can go in and do his shit. So they go out there, and that's exactly what they do. Boba Fett is chasing the Lambda shuttle. She's like, "Hey, make it look real," and he's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it, bitch."
Yeah.
Like,
There is a little bit of a switch, though, because he does do, he's like, put your shields up, princess, I'll make it convincing. But then they go into like all right, just, watch out for those turrets. Don't worry about me. You just be safe in there. Oh, okay. We're friends now?
no, yeah,
Okay.
he's in for the mission because he has his like blood debt to
He's got this
or life
samurai
debt.
sense of honor out of nowhere. And I'm okay with it. I just
Well,
would
he's
like
had
a
it-
little...
He's had it since we introduced him here, at least. I mean, it's just something
It's
that he
it's
developed over the
Disney.
years. Because when he told Mando, like, we're in your debt until you get the kid back because you helped us, and that's what this comes down to. He's like, I'm going to do what I need to do to help the kid, but I'm also going to enjoy shooting at you
Yeah,
because you
know
pissed
what?
me off.
Yeah, I like shooting at you, princess.
He does keep calling her princess, and it does sound derogatory.
I mean, she is a princess.
I know, but he's not saying it with a capital P.
As you were, princess. Oh, you know my lineage? Nope.
But yeah, they start launching TIE fighters, and this is a not good design for this ship because it's like you can launch one at a time. Like I swear there's been other ships that we've seen where it's just like waves of them coming out of the
Yes.
side. This is like one guy at a time out of the
I
front.
just had a thought, though. This is a light cruiser. This isn't like the big Venator class. This isn't the ISD.
Oh, okay.
So I wonder if this is the only launch tube, because on the at least like the big ones we see from the original trilogy, the Acclimator class maybe, they have multiple launch bays. Those come out and huge ones. Those come out like bumblebees.
Yeah,
So
and that's what
this
I was
is
thinking of.
Gideon's
That's why I was
light
like, this is
cruiser.
weird. This is like Battlestar Galactica, so Katie Sackhoff felt right at home. Where they just have like dudes launching one at a time out of these launch tubes. Although they had multiple launch tubes on that ship. But
She's looking for a coffee. Get her a Starbucks.
But yeah, she comes in and they're like, "Don't stay clear of the launch tube." And she's like, "Nope, sorry, can't do
negative.
that. We're getting
Under
attack. We're getting boom boomed."
Here we go.
So
Getting
she
boom boomed. There's a slave one here behind us. I know you call it a fire spray, but holy shit, that's a fucking slave one.
like this is a not great moment of CG when she crash lands in this tunnel, but it's
quick.
fine because it's so short. But it's just something that really stuck out. Like I saw it and I was like, it almost hurt my eyes.
I mean, also like what do you do? I guess miniatures. Like what are they gonna do
Well,
here?
even you could. Miniatures
Polish
would
it.
be better, but you could polish it up a little bit. It's not the fault of, at least I don't think the fault
The
of
overworked animators?
Favreau and Filoni. It's the fault of Disney, yeah, because it's very well known that they have these teams of animators in like India and stuff, and they overwork these people like
And underpay.
insane, and they don't pay them, yeah. And it's just like, okay, well, we need to come out with, this TV show and 4 movies this year, and you guys are doing all the special effects. By the way, by special effects, we mean every single shot of the movie.
I mean, every effect. I shouldn't even say special anymore.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like those Marvel movies, if you ever see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, it's like, sure, they're on a road, but then there's a green tarp up here and a green tarp over there, and that guy's wearing green, and that car is
Yeah.
green, and this thing's green, and it's like they have to fill in all these little...
At
Because they want to
least-
control every piece of debris that's flying around the screen. It's-
At least this has the volume.
Yeah.
Like the
And
recording volume.
I think that might be part of the thing, because this obviously isn't the volume, this ship crashing. So that might be part of the reason it didn't look as convincing, because it's not... Because the volume we've talked about, you have real stuff on a real set, and then the backgrounds are CG. And this is this is CG on CG, which might be why
I'm
it
pretty
stuck out to me.
last episode we didn't talk about it, but when they're on the Juggernaut, I'm pretty sure they're on the volume, because you see things going by on the window, and I'm pretty sure that's just the volume playing that image.
Yeah, I would think so.
So it's a cool thing.
But this is just me. I got to point something out, because we've had about 16 episodes in a row of just like
Suck
sucking
off.
this show's dick.
Just suck. Just a fucking suck fest, man. Just a
And
blow bang.
And then the last episode, I pointed something out. It's just like 2 really egregious moments that stuck out to me.
There's one
So,
worse
like-
coming up. And I love it.
It's not as bad as I remember. I'm wondering if they went back and redid it. It's not great.
No, I don't think so. I think you hated it really, really hard the first time, and then you watched it again. Was your second or third time now? You're like, all right, it's not as bad as I remember. It is bad though. It is bad.
But yeah, they crash land in there, jump out, and start attacking everybody. And Gideon's like, "These fucking Mandalorians, activate the Dark Troopers."
Every fucking time
Because
get
we
a step
find
up
out
in this world, it's the Mandalorians.
we
You
find
want
out that
Mandos? That's how you get Mandos, huh, Lana?
Lana. We find out that the Dark Troopers can't be kept at the ready because it's too much draw on the power. So it does take them a few minutes to power up, although it doesn't really seem to matter in the end here because it's not like they get there quick enough. I mean, I guess it does because Mando gets there just in the nick of time
Yeah.
to try to stop them. But
Because if you think of there's a whole vanguard that comes out before him. You know, the whole staging, the coup party, we'll call it. The Ku Klux, never mind.
the gang of women that he's traveling with. I mean, if you look at who's coming out, it's
his harem of fighters.
Fennec Shand, Cara Dune, Koska Reeves, and Bo-Katan Kryze.
You know, I didn't
This
think
is
about
four
this.
badass chicks.
Axe Woves isn't here, and that's fine because we've said this before. We have, obviously, anyone who's ever heard us talk knows that we are pro fucking female power, and you know, I don't think that we are the leading men in our relationships, by the way, Derek, and that's okay. But this is not forced female power. Like, this is female power. I believe every one of these females is badass and would knock me the fuck out. I believe it. It's not that moment in Marvel where you have every girl hanging out at the very back of the the battlefield, and they all come together at once.
When they do the Lady Avengers pose there at the end. And even then, it's like all these female characters have proven themselves and are tough, but this feels forced. Whereas this, with these four women running off this ship and taking out these dudes, doesn't feel forced. It feels natural.
I honestly didn't even think that it was all. I didn't even think about it as all women until you said it. Like,
I didn't either. I
mind.
wrote down the people who were on the team in my notes, and as I read it, I was like, Fennec, Dune, Koska. That's
fantastic.
Those are all women.
That's how you know it's not forced. Is that we didn't even fucking notice it.
Yeah. Like, they go off and start fighting these farting. They start farting these dudes.
Hey, some people are into it, dude. I'll tell you what, if I'm one of these guys working on this fucking light cruiser and I see these smoking hot femme fatales walking up, I'm throwing down my guns. I'm taking off my armor. I'm like, if you kill me, you kill me, but I'm good here. Whatever happens, I'm good here.
Punish me, please.
Please. They just walk past me like, oh, come on. You don't want to smack me a little? Spit in my eye? Come on.
Come on, Cara Dune. You haven't said all that fucked up shit yet. Just suplex me or something.
Give me a jetpack DDT head roll tornado move. Give me one of them.
Oh, and this is the final episode for Cara Dune, unfortunately.
Oh, unfortunately, indeed.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately for the character, we've discussed it. I'm not going to go into it
Unfortunately for
again,
us, that we don't get more of her story. We were supposed to have a spinoff right now. We would have been watching Rangers of the New Republic.
And probably complaining.
Oh, I have an image to share with you when we're done, if you remind me. It's an image of Starfighter, the
I
Star
saw.
Wars one.
I didn't click it, but I saw that there was some stuff out about it.
It looks like Waterworld so far.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Ryan Gosling drinking his own piss? Sign me up.
Sign me up.
They want my seed.
Yeah, I see why. If Ryan Gosling did a movie where the entire fucking planet was after his seed, I'm like, I get it.
But yeah, they go off to their thing. Mando sneaks out to do his thing. Most of the stuff with the lady gang here is mostly action throughout, so there's not a lot to discuss there. Like, they're fighting their way through troopers, and they go up and take the bridge. A lot of
some
the
really
content,
good action. And
yeah,
Fennec
but it's
Shand,
hard to talk about.
Well, I do want to
so
talk
much
about
as-
real quick. Fennec Shand is like damn near immortal, dude. Like, people twice, I think, people shoot out with their blaster, and she just fucking dodges that shit.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
awesome. She
full on Trinity, like,
which sent me down a rabbit hole, which I'll have to give you some information one time. It'll be a whole nother episode about the different ammunition types in Star Wars. Blasters, slugs, fucking proton, different colors of things. I was up till 3 a.m. last night listening to YouTube videos.
this is what happens when you don't record right afterward.
Exactly. I was like, well, I'm still Star Wars'd up. I gotta go release this energy somehow. I gotta ignite my lightsaber, Derek.
Oh, yeah, Mando's sneaking around, and he comes across the Dark Troopers, tries to lock them in their little room, but one gets out, and he does get the rest of the door locked, and this thing is just beating the living fuck out of him. I mean,
I know,
pounding his head into the wall. He's shooting his flamethrower up into the neck,
which
part
gives you
of
a great fucking scene. No, he
and
goes
it
to the,
doesn't-
sorry, no, he goes to the stomach, and the flames shoot up through the
Oh,
neck.
that's right.
It is such a fucking cool shot. That's the only reason I remember it so vividly.
And
But
it
I
doesn't
do
even
love-
give a fuck. Like, he shoots, and it's just like, all right.
I
you
love
know
when
I
he's
don't have
beating his
flesh, right?
I love when he's beating his head in, because it's like, the best guard is going to be fine, but you are going to be a wee bit concussed, my friend.
He is putting a foot deep divot into this solid steel wall.
I can talk to you about this because you're a Scrubs fan. When it's a flashback of one of the last times that Turk had sex, or how desperate Turk was when he had sex, and he's having sex with a very large woman, and when she gets up, there's a Turk imprint on the bed. That's what's about to happen here, except for the actual sex. Just the imprint. Dude,
It's sex for the robot.
It starts. Oh, this is Robot Pound Town.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
I'm going to take you to Pound Town.
Who's your daddy? I don't have one. I have a programmer. Is that the same? I have a step programmer too.
Oh, step programmer, you're stuck in the washing machine again.
Oh, wait, no step programmer. I'm the washing machine. You're stuck in me.
Were we talking about Star Wars or what?
Yeah. When they told me that I was a loading robot, I thought I would be taking different loads. I wondered why my face was so big. Where we at, dude? The dark trooper is beating the crap out of Mando.
Yeah. Oh, and the whistling birds. He uses those. Brushes that shit off.
Like, it kind of annoys him.
Yeah.
You know, it's very Godzilla 98, because I have to make a reference to everything. It's like Godzilla 98 when they shoot him the rockets, and he's like, no, I don't think so, buddy.
Yeah, I guess it's closer to that one, because I was thinking Godzilla, but I was thinking like the 2014 one, but that dude's not even noticing.
Right.
The tanks are shooting at him, and he's just walking. This
No,
guy
yeah.
at least looked over like, what?
In 98, he's like, what the fuck is that? What do you get? What did you just get on me? Is that a 50 cal? You get that out of here. I'm allergic to 50 cal. I'm going to be sneezing. I'll be all uncomfortable from now on.
I'm going to get robo-hives.
Do you know how annoying those are? I go to see a fucking robot doc. Robotnik.
Hey horror friends, welcome to Tomb of Terrors. I'm Old Man Brad, your guide into darkness. Here, every episode is a journey into horror. I'm digging up the latest releases, having conversations with the filmmakers who bring these nightmares to life, or sometimes dragging in my friends to explore cult classics, like Bruno Mattei's Cruel Jaws. There's something spine-tingling around every corner. So whether you love a bloody Italian slasher, a chilling ghost story, or those hidden treasures scattered throughout Tubi, this tomb has something for every horror fan. Just dim the lights, cozy up in a blanket, and step inside. If you dare.
Hey, mister, I got an extra $3. I was wondering if there's any way you know I can spend it.
Have you heard of Patreon?
Never heard of it. What is it?
You go to patreon.com/worstpeople, give me your $3, and you can listen to a bunch of stuff that's way too inappropriate for your age.
Oh, well, I'm actually pretty old. I just sound like this. It's like the Benjamin Button thing. But anyway, I was going to ask you, what if I got my mom to give me a couple more bucks and I could, give you more money?
Oh, that's even better. You can get ad-free with $5.
$5?
You also can get access to Latchkey Vids, our TV recap show of forgotten 90s garbage.
Oh my God, I don't even know what that is, but I'm excited for it.
You should be.
So $5 is all I need, and I get no more of these commercials?
No more commercials.
No more commercials.
Oh,
you get
boy.
to hear us talk about a singing cop show and more.
Well, golly gee willikers, Mr. and Miss. Thanks for all the information. I'm going to go see if I can find a mom to give me $5.
Let's go beat that kid up and take his $5.
Oh, no!
But he does end up beating it by using his Beskar spear to pop this fucking thing's head off, basically. Is his last ditch effort. And then just airlocks the rest of this platoon.
Which, great idea at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when it comes back around, it makes perfect sense. It's like...
It does.
They're back, and I'm like, well, yeah, they're not people.
But I didn't expect him to have robot boots or rocket boots.
Well, we saw them have rocket boots.
Oh, that's right, we did.
Yeah, they had rocket boots when they kidnapped Grogu.
I guess it bought you a little time.
Yeah, I mean, because I think, they're launched violently out into space, and they have to, like, get their bearings and redirect, and it takes them the length of the episode to get back.
Well, because the light cruiser's moving, too, so they have to come catch it up.
Yeah. Probably not slowly.
Just for a plot amount of time.
Yeah. I'm gonna airlock them for exactly a plot amount of time.
Give me as much time as you can. How much time you need? A plot amount of time. I need a plot of time.
The badass ladies end up taking the bridge. They have next to no trouble with all of these people.
I mean, Cara Dune has a problem with her gun jamming, which leads to a really cool part of her just grabbing the barrel and beating the shit out of dudes with it. Like, all right, okay.
Yeah, I don't think she needs a gun.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well so far.
They're guarding Grogu. That's right, because Grogu is in the jail cell, and he comes up and just breaks this dude's neck, goes in there to Grogu, and Gideon is in there with the Darksaber.
Right above his fucking head, dude. Ignited and everything. Like, do something.
Giancarlo Esposito, like, a friendly piece of advice. Assume that I know everything. It's like, I knew you were here. I knew you were coming this way.
I know your friends are taking the bridge right now.
Yeah.
Guess what? They ain't going to find me there.
And I imagine they've killed everyone on the bridge, being the murderous savages they are.
Savages they are. I loved him saying that because, like, I've seen you kill your own men.
Yeah.
So you don't get to throw around the S word, dude.
Well, it's because they're not Imperial.
Exactly. They're scum. Rebel scum.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely no parallels with, like, colonial Britain and,
indigenous
in the world history. Like, well, we killed you, but we're the colonials.
You could have just stopped at colonial, not even Britain, just colonial.
Yeah. I guess that's just the one I think of because they took over most of the world at some point.
Yeah.
Most of the... I was going to say inhabited world, but most of the world that they knew was inhabited.
Most of the non-white world.
There you go. But
I
Mando's
do like the bargaining. Yeah. I just want the kid. You can fucking take your Darksaber, shut up your ass. You can have this light cruiser. I don't care about you and Bo-Katan shit. That baby, it's coming with me. Dead or alive. No, actually just alive. Sorry. I don't know why I said that.
And he's like, okay, cool, yeah, take him, get off my ship. So Mando tries to do that. Gideon could have had an easier life here because he decides instead he's going to try to backstab Mando with the Darksaber.
Try to backstab him with the Beskar. Try to Beskar him.
But we just found out moments ago that we as people like me who haven't watched the cartoons and stuff, that the only thing the Darksaber can't cut is Beskar. And I don't think Gideon knows this because he goes for Mando and he's like, whoops.
Oh, I don't think he would have gone for it if he knew.
Yeah,
or he would have done different. Like, because there is weakness. Like, you can stab in the side, the little fucking armpits and shit. I mean, it's not a full suit, like knight suit of armor. Yeah. There's weak spots. But, yeah, he definitely went for the back. What people have to remember is the Mandalorian culture as warriors, their biggest enemy for the longest time were Jedi. So a lot of their toys and tools and kit is to fight Jedi specifically, which makes them fight non-Jedi very well.
Well, and it made sense to me because the Darksaber you told me was made by the guy who he was the Mandalorian Jedi.
Yeah.
So if he's making a special lightsaber, he's not going to make it be able to cut through his armor.
Well, I think just no lightsabers can.
Okay. I mean, I just figured because he did special stuff with it. Like, it looks different.
Oh, we know no lightsabers can. We know we do because of the fucking duel between Ahsoka and the Night Sister lady whose name is escaping me, Morgan Elsbeth, because she has the Beskar spear and Ahsoka Tano has the double whites.
But in the fantasy world of like, fantasy weapons, like ignoring the science fiction part of it, the fantasy part would be like, well, this guy made this Darksaber, the ultimate thing. It can cut everything. But since he's a Mandalorian, he's like, well, I'm not going to make it be able to fight my people or myself in case someone else gets a hold of it.
Yeah. If someone else gets this, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fail-safe, And it's a pretty cool fight with the Darksaber and the Beskar spear. And Mando beats him.
Cortosis.
He beats the fucking shit out of him, kind of, and he just drags him up to the deck, and he's like, here, Bo-Katan, here's fucking Gideon, here's your Darksaber. But Gideon's laughing because he's like, this doesn't belong to you, or this doesn't belong to her.
He's even laughing before. He's laughing
Yeah.
as soon as Mando doesn't kill him. He's like, oh, you're keeping me alive? Well, this should be interesting. Like, uh-oh. I know you didn't want it to go this way, but you're up to something. Like, this isn't, your master plan was not to lose, but you're up to something now.
And this bothers me a little bit about her character because, like, so the Darksaber has to be won in battle. Otherwise, if she has it, she's a pretender to the throne, da-da-da. That's fine, except that she sticks to these weird, like, arbitrary rules about the Darksaber, but then makes fun of Mando and his people for having their arbitrary rules about the helmets and all that. It's like, so, you can't pick on this extremist thing and then follow your extremist thing. And
it sounds like extremist, Derek.
Higher than higher than, better than, whatever. Holier than thou art. That's what I'm trying to think of.
But it sounds, you're talking about two extremists. Of course they can do that. They could do whatever they justify in their brains.
Yeah, it's just silly. It's like, I have to follow this weird arcane rule, but your weird arcane rule is stupid.
Can I tell you the last thing? I think I've mentioned this briefly. The last time we saw the Darksaber was, before all this show, was in Rebels. And Sabine Wren had it, and she gives it to Bo-Katan Kryze, and she says, you are now the ruler of our people. And everything was good, we thought, until we cut to this show. And it says Mandalore was glassed by the Empire. The people are in despair, and they're scattered in these different clans. And the Darksaber is gone. So something happened, and that's why Bo-Katan Kryze, like, her people stopped following her because she didn't win it in combat. They found her a false pretender, a pretender, not false pretender, but a false prophet kind of thing. So she now is like, oh fuck, man, like, I might not believe it, but my people sure as shit do. So I need to win this. Otherwise, the houses, the clans will not unite. We can't have Death Watch. We can't have Children of the Watch. We can't have Night Owls. We can't have true Mandalorians. We need Mandalorians. That's it.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's not.
And I think that's where the show's going.
I do like, and I've season 3 is the one I remember the least because I've only watched it once. I have the thing that sticks in my head from the entire season. The image is her. Like lounging on the fucking throne with the Darksaber, but like it's just this empty planet.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not empty. There's the pirate ships that are kind of cool.
But it's the emptiest throne room we've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, it's just her chilling in this castle, and she's like, I rule this planet of glass. But it's like, I guess that's what you get if you didn't fight for it. I don't know. It's kind of
That's what it is. Because even Axe Woves, her right-hand man, he doesn't follow her next season for a while. He's got his own split fucking faction. So I think that's why she knows. She's like, I don't fucking care how I get it. My people do. So I need to unite him. And even the Armorer believes in her. The Armorer, if you remember, fast forward because we're getting ahead, the Armorer inducts her into the Children of the Watch, and then later was like, you can take your helmet off because you're the fucking bridge. So she is.
Yes, I do remember that.
We don't know who the Mandalorian is, by the way. Like the titular. It could be Grogu.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah, I mean, it could be Din Djarin. It could be her.
It's like a Walking Dead thing, right? It's like, who are the Walking Dead? Is it the zombies or is it us? Because he is known as Mando because he doesn't have a Mandalorian name, and nobody knew his real name until the end of last season. And so that's been 30 some years in his life. So like,
I haven't heard that name since I was a foundling.
Yeah. So
Holy
like
shit.
that's an implied thing that it's him, but it could be any of them because there are tons of Mandalorians running around this show. Yeah. It kind of just depends on how it ends up. Although I feel like at a certain point, Disney's marketing team took over, and they were like, "No, that's the Mandalorian."
Well, and that's the problem. That's why I think the next season is the weakest of all of them because. Well, we're going to get to the end of this, but Grogu leaves, and then they bring him back so unceremoniously that it's like, did this matter? And it didn't now. But anyway,
yeah. After our 4-part Boba Fett season with 3 episodes of Mandalorian injected into it,
so like take out what I just said, and we're back on track for this meaning everything.
Yeah. So the Dark Troopers are back. There's a blaster on the ground near Gideon. He kind of like slides his cloak over it. He's like, I'll save this for later.
Because if I grab it now, someone's going to notice. But if I just brush my little cloak over, they're going to think I'm just being fancy.
And these things are trying to punch through these blast doors, which is why the image that I have for the background here and that I used for the main episode thing, if you look at it, the blast doors that Luke is coming through there are smashed to shit.
Our right side is fucking smashed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
they were getting through. Moff Gideon's terrifying. He's like, look, this is probably the best fire team I've ever seen, but I think that we can all agree with a valiant effort, everyone on this bridge will be dead except me and the child.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, as of this moment, he's right.
Yeah, until this X-Wing comes flying in. And it's funny because I knew Luke was coming in this episode, but my first thought was like when the X-Wing flew in, I didn't even think about Luke on an X-Wing. I guess just because at this point he's like the Jedi guy. He's flown many an X-Wing. But my first thought was, here comes an X-Wing, here comes Carson Teva or somebody.
I think that's what they wanted you to think. Because even Cara Dune's like, oh, single X-Wing? Whew, we're saved.
Yeah, I've seen it before. It was just that was my initial reaction. I was like, here comes fucking Fox? What's his name? Trapper Wolf or something?
Oh, Trapper Wolf. This episode is one of the reasons I watched Star Wars alone. I made noises like that just on my couch. I cannot be around people when I'm watching shit like this for the first time.
Yeah, the Dark Troopers stop trying to break in. This hooded Jedi comes in. We don't know who he is. Nobody knows.
No, green saber.
I love that they save it for so long, and it's like, dude, this is obviously Luke.
X-wing, black glove, green saber, dark hood. Even his movements, they had somebody choreograph this fight wise, as if he never learned the lightsaber forms.
Well, and I read, I think it was in the trivia, somebody pointed out that he was fighting in more of a one-handed style like Darth Vader because it frees up your other hand to do force shit.
Oh, this mimics the hallway fight from Rogue One.
Yeah. It's like it's
an opposite.
Yeah. Exactly. It's pretty cool.
It's fucking dope. It's not pretty cool. It's fucking dope. As someone that waited, like the original trilogies, we love. We don't get to see Mark Hamill. We don't get to see Luke Skywalker just go fucking ham. You know what I mean? Like truly
we don't get to see him go Hamill.
We don't get to see a full Hamill. I can't believe I missed that. We don't get to see that. This is that moment, dude. This is Luke Skywalker. This is why the galaxy feared him.
And I read that this is part of the reason that Mark Hamill agreed to the. I mean, obviously, if he didn't agree, they could just CG him in. But part of the reason he agreed to being there and being a part of all this was because he's like, well, we got the beginning of Luke's story and we got the end of Luke's story, but we never got the middle of Luke's story.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, it's still closer to the beginning, but it's part of the middle.
Right.
It's the early part of the middle, you know? Mm-hmm. So he was just happy to have a version of it being shown on screen. And I think. And again, I haven't seen season 3 since it came out, but I think the Kathleen Kennedy directive of we need to have Grogu combined with the Cara Dune of it all really fucked that season up because we just had to like bring Grogu back. And it's like we could have had this show. If she wanted Grogu, that's fine. You could have still done The Mandalorian and had like, well, here's an episode about Mando doing this shit, and here's some scenes with Luke and Grogu, and here's an episode about Luke and Grogu doing some shit, and here's the scenes with Mandalorian. Of course, then that also means that we're getting a lot more of this deep fake Luke stuff.
Money. And it's not just like, I don't want people to think that we're Kathleen Kennedy haters. It's just she's the name that we know. She's the name we know. It's all these executives that were like, well, merchandise. You know, she gets the brunt of it. She's not the only one up there going, more Grogu, please. It's everybody that saw their fucking bonuses last season.
Well, she's the boss. That's just like when you talk about a movie and you're talking about the director. That director is not the only person making decisions.
Correct.
In a lot of cases, unless you're talking about, you know, an independent film or something that's self-financed or whatever. But like when you're talking about a studio picture, that director isn't the person making all the decisions, but they are the ones who take the blame. So
you got a name, you get the blame. It
Yep.
rhymes, so it must be true.
But Gideon shoots Bo-Katan, or shoots at Bo-Katan, and Mando comes in to save her.
Oh, before that, sorry, I just wondered, did you see Gideon's face when he sees this hooded figure with the green lightsaber?
I didn't notice.
He is terrified. And why wouldn't you be? Because the only person that knows that the Emperor was killed by Vader is Luke now.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
To the Empire, Luke is the most terrifying human being in existence because he took down the Death Star with one fucking torpedo, went a hole no bigger than a womp rat, and then he went aboard the Death Star, took down Vader, and took down the Emperor, and then fucking sailed off as it fucking blew up. You would be so scared of Luke Skywalker if you're an Imperial Remnant.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about it. Like
he's a terrorist. Like he's the top
like I said,
terrorist to the
not
Empire.
Everybody knows the things that we know. So it's one of those things you got to think about.
So Gideon's looking. He's like, oh shit. Is that a green lightsaber? I mean, there's not a lot of fucking Jedis left, and I know one that has an X-wing and a green lightsaber. Last time he took down the Death Star, this little fucking light cruiser is going to be nothing.
He does come in. He takes out this entire platoon of dark troopers with minimal effort. I mean, It looks fun. He breaks a slight sweat, I think.
It looks fun. That's just because he's wearing fucking heavy wool.
Well, yeah. I do want to credit the guy who's playing Luke underneath the CG.
Underneath the Snapchat filter.
Max Lloyd Jones is his name.
He's Lloyd Jones and me.
And I scrolled through. I forgot to write stuff down. He's done some others. A lot of it's like mocap stuff, but he's... You know, I just want to give him credit because he's doing this shit.
He's an Andy Serkis type.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite as prolific or as well known, but like that's what he does.
Right.
And there's actually a thing I read about. So there was some YouTuber. They had his name. I didn't write it down.
That did it better.
Yeah, he went off about this. Like he was like, "This looks like shit, you guys. It's not that fucking hard." And then he did it and did it better. And so supposedly ILM just called him up and gave him a job.
Yeah. I've heard that same thing. I've never checked the validity of it, but I've heard that same exact thing. But they did this I did tell you about the droids. Like the droids that were built for the sequel trilogy was a bunch of fucking a droid building Star Wars fan club, not too dissimilar from the 501st. Like, yeah. ILM's like, ours are costing I'll use a number, like ours are costing $15,000 and you're doing it for $2,000. Hired.
You did it on your home PC?
Joe Smith built this in a cave with scraps.
Well, he's a YouTuber, so it's like, you know, fart knocker 12. Built
Pepe
this
told you so. 69420.
Built this in his mom's garage out of scraps. But I mean, that's kind of cool if it's true, and like, you know, it does. So they reveal Luke here, and it does look better than Tarkin.
No, the longer you look at it, the less it does. They do a good job of cutting away most of the time. It's the long sentences when he's like, Grogu needs to go with me. He's like, he should go with you. He's like, he wants your permission. You know, that conversation is a little bit Snapchat filtery.
Well, and I noticed this viewing that it reminds me of, I recently talked to you about this. We finished Cobra Kai. And the last episode or last two episodes or something, they have some Pat Morita deep fake stuff come in. Most of when he speaks is shot from behind his head toward Ralph Macchio. Same thing here. Most of when Luke is speaking, it's behind his head toward Mando.
Which I'm fine with because I don't want to look this dead thing in the eyes.
Yeah, and then but when they do show, and that's the problem is like the face. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting more accepting because people keep doing it. But the face, when it's not trying to talk, isn't that bad. It's not good, but it's not Tarkin. It's not Tarkin bad. Or
I think we've just seen
Jeff
worse.
Bridges in Tron Legacy.
Yeah,
you know, which made
now.
more sense. The Jeff Bridges in Tron Legacy made more sense because he was living inside of a computer. So if he looks
Also,
like a
what year
computer
was
man,
that?
2010.
Yeah,
I
wasn't
think
supposed to look good
somewhere
in
around there.
2010.
But like, just the face, it looks okay. Not great, just okay. But as soon as he opens his mouth and talks, it's like that thing's not talking.
Yeah, agreed.
I just don't understand how you can make fully CG characters that look like they're speaking, and you can't make the mouth of this person look like it's speaking.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about it, so maybe I'm out of turn here. Maybe I'm saying stuff and these people out there, someone might be listening who's tried to do this stuff on their computer, or maybe they work and do this professionally, and they're like, it's not that fucking easy, you piece of shit.
I guess I have
don't
no
know.
opinion. You've seen me with a computer, Derek.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I struggled to get on this fucking podcast today.
I know. I told you we were going to start doing online stuff, and you were like, "That sounds nice because I can stay home." But
I got a little cheat sheet right here. It's like, is the computer on? Step 2, check again, dummy.
But either way, I mean, it's not good.
No,
It's just not as bad as I think some people say.
I mean, what
but
else do you do? I mean, I know
yeah.
people say like Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, you could recast him. I mean, that's the big thing is I think if you're not hung up on the actor looking exactly like the original thing that you remember.
Which Star Wars fans are not very forgiving, dude.
But exactly, that's the problem. If it was almost any other property, recast them, have somebody do it, and do as well as they can. But Star Wars people are so nitpicky about that stuff.
Counterpoint. Faith restored, though. Jimmy Smits replaced with Benjamin Bratt because of scheduling. Fans loved it. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Was that Andor season 2?
Yeah,
Dude.
exactly. So that worked perfectly. That worked great.
Perfectly because they told you the character's name. They let you know it was Bail Organa. This is our representation of Bail Organa today.
And that's the thing is like, I mean, maybe it's because Bail Organa is not a Luke Skywalker level character, but it worked great. Was I disappointed that Jimmy Smits wasn't there? Yes.
Sure.
But did Benjamin Bratt do a great job? Yes. Find a good actor to come in who's even remotely in the realm of said character.
Sebastian Stan would have worked, I think.
There are
Keep
so many
the
people
fucking
running
hood
around.
down, dude. Keep the hood down.
Yeah. There you go. Just have an actor there with his hood on. There are so many people running around looking like fucking Mark Hamill right now. These fucking kids love the 70s all of a sudden.
These bowl cuts. Hit that bowl cut that he had in Return is so weird. It's returning. Return to the bowl cut, not the Jedi.
So there's plenty of other options, and I think that those things would work better. And it's like, just tell me that this is the character. And yes, on that first episode, people on the internet are going to shit their pants and have a bad day. But if you just say fuck it and stick to it, and the actor does a good job and the writing is good, they're going to move on and they're going to forgive it.
Agreed.
But there's nothing you can move on from here. It's always going to look like this dead-eyed computer man.
Yeah, it's just too dead-eyed. That's the biggest thing. It's emotionless, but it's okay because the emotion that we get is coming up here where he's like, Grogu wants your permission to leave. And so he's holding them and like, man, I'm not an emotional guy. And I didn't cry to this, but like, I got a little fucking goosebumps on it because Grogu
who
like
did
taps
cry?
the helmet.
Mando cried.
Oh, Mando cried. Mando cried for sure. And you know, all I could think of was Pedro Pascal, phenomenal actor for being able to cry at a puppet.
Yeah.
Like, because you are acting on a fucking puppet. Yes, it's a good-looking puppet, but like, I don't know, man. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, if I started getting weepy, I'm like, you're crying in front of a puppet, dude. Get your life together. Who do you think you are, Mr. Rogers? Don't you be my neighbor.
But he takes off his helmet and shows his face to Grogu, and I get that it's an emotional moment, but it's like, I've heard some criticisms from other people who are like, you spent 15 episodes telling me how the Mandalorians can't show their face, and yes, we know that it's this sect or whatever. But then, like, last episode, he's just like, here's my face.
He's a believer.
And then this episode,
He's the believer.
like, here's my face.
He's the believer. He believes in Grogu. This clan of two is so much more important to him than his fucking little the Covenant, the Children of the Watch. That's what it is. He instantly was like, I would rather be an apostate. Like, he wouldn't have gone back. If Grogu wasn't leaving, he wouldn't have gone back to the fucking Children of the Watch and tried to cleanse himself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. But instead, like, he's like, well, fuck, that guy left me, so now what do? I guess I'll go back to that family. But yeah, that's why it was so instant. I have no problem with this. It's him like, hey, take your helmet off. I don't even fucking think about it. I love you so much. You're the only thing I've cared about.
I'm not
besides bounties.
I'm not a person who's so dedicated to like a franchise or a property that I'm like, well, you broke the rules. I'm like, look, this worked for the story. It's fine. And that works for me. I just, at this point, I remember being like, I mean, the dude did say he can't show his face, and we spent the last 2 episodes looking at his face. But I don't care. And also, you've pointed out to me while we've been discussing it that that's not a Mandalorian rule. That's just his crazy religious cult.
Yes, that's the extremist sect that he's in.
Yeah. So, like,
he could just go join the Night Owls. He'd be like, all right, cool, I showed my face. I'm going to go with Bo-Katan Kryze and all of her fucking hot harem of superheroines.
But like, I still hear people right now to this day on like other podcasts or like things that I read or whatever that are still complaining about it. I'm like, move on.
Yeah.
No, who cares?
Yeah, it's not fucking lore breaking. Like, you got a problem with it? Sure. It's fine.
Yeah.
I got a problem with you, punk.
That's fine. I've read plenty of comic books. Everything is lore breaking. So,
yeah.
But yeah,
canon in a Marvel fucking comic book? No way.
Well, you got canon. It just only lasts about 2 to 5 years, and then
I was
gonna
say you have how many writers, and then it's gone.
But yeah, that's the end. Kind of.
It's the end.
Grogu leaves with Luke. Mando cries. Credits roll. Everything is definitely over. But wait, there's more. Oh, I like the way you were doing it instead.
But wait, there's more.
There you go. Because we come to in the first stinger of any Star Wars property, I believe.
I think so too. I thought the same thing because I forgot about it. Like, I walked out of the room and like just kind of started doing a little cooking. I was like, is there a laser going off? Did it start playing something else or what? And I ran back into the room. I was like, oh shit. And I was so excited when I first saw this stinger, by the way.
Oh, so was I. And I know the show disappointed people, and I mean, It disappointed me. I like it more than you did from my memory.
I still do like it.
But I've only seen it once, so we'll find out in a few weeks.
I've only watched each episode 3 times. It's not enough yet.
But it's Tatooine. It's Jabba's palace. Bib Fortuna's there, who's being played by Matthew Wood, who apparently played Bib Fortuna in a prequel, I believe.
Yeah, in the Phantom Menace, it's when when Jabba the Hutt falls asleep, he's there like poking him.
Oh yeah, and then he's a huge voice actor. He's my notes auto-corrected to Bible Fortuna. But he was Bib he did a million
don't
voices.
You go driving around the Bible Fortuna, man. It's pretty much racist from there to the next 12 parsecs.
But he did a million voices on the Clone Wars. He's done a bunch of voice acting. Most of it is Star Wars or Disney, but mostly Star Wars. But he was on the Clone Wars. He played General Grievous. I've got a screenshot here. General Grievous, Wat Tambor, Poggle the Lesser, various droids, tactical droids, commando droids, some Mandalorians, Kraken. I don't know. So all kinds of shit. He's over 25 voices on that. And then in the new Fantastic Four movie, he was the Herbie, little robot.
Little robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I went through his credits because I was like, there's got to be some stuff here that Jack will find interesting. And like, he was in a bunch of movies and video games and stuff, but almost all of those, it just says additional voices.
Right.
So he wasn't like a character in a lot of them. He's just the guy who can come in and be like, I can't believe they did that.
Oh my God, did you see it?
Like,
We need some crowd work. I got you.
I'll be the whole crowd.
I'm working the crowd. I'm the crowd that works. I work for the crowd.
But Fennec Shand comes in, blasts a bunch of dudes. Boba Fett follows
She
her.
blasts everybody except
Yeah.
Boba Fett. Oh,
Or
and she
Bib
does
Fortuna.
release the Twi'lek dancer. Or Bib.
Yes,
Sorry,
she-
Bib. She kills everybody except Bib Fortuna and the Twi'lek dancer.
And I
Lets her
did read
go.
a thing. We kind of laughed when we saw Fat Bib Fortuna, and it was like, well, he just wants to be Jabba because Jabba was the big fat guy. Now he's the big fat guy.
Yeah.
But I read that there's a thing about Twi'lek culture where it's like food is scarce, but it's very important to them. So basically, it kind of like old Western culture, like kings and shit. The fatter you are, the richer and more important you are.
Because like during especially the Clone Wars and then going into the Empire, was it governor or mayor or whatever they have, the leader of Ryloth is the only fat one you see.
Okay,
Because
that makes
he's
sense then.
like, it's just like, hey, look I got all the food, you don't. Ryloth
I'm
is
the-
a rough planet. We'll do a deep dive on that one day.
Well, that's why gout is called the king's disease.
Yep. You got to be rich to get it. Well, it used to be. Now you can just have McDonald's.
Yeah, now you just have to go and buy whatever's $1 or $2 at the grocery store and live off that. But yeah, Boba Fett comes in with her. Bib Fortuna's like, "Oh man, I'm so glad to see you," but unceremoniously just fucking capped in the head, thrown off the throne, and it's this fucking
Freeze frame.
Boba just lounging on the throne with his leg over the arm of the chair.
Fennec
and
found
Fennec
some
Shand just swigging out of this spatchka, which I read like 4 times in the trivia. So she must have said it in an interview was like an improvised thing. Like she's supposed to just stand there next to him, but she grabbed it and just like swigged it.
Should have spit it out
Pretty
though because
cool.
it's a bunch of glow sticks. It's like, oh God, disgusting.
And then it just said Book of Boba Fett. It didn't say like Boba Fett will return in or stay tuned for. It just said Book of Boba Fett. And I'm
Because
like,
it's not Marvel, they got to do it a little different.
but it's like those movies that end their movie by putting the title card up at the very end of the movie instead of the beginning. It's like, well,
Yeah.
no, I just watched Mandalorian. Don't just say Book of Boba Fett. Like,
No, somebody thought of like Boba Fett will return in Book of Boba Fett, and they're like, too similar.
yeah. And it was supposed to come out like the next like a few months, like 9 months later or something like that. But of course, season
COVID.
2 we've mentioned before was shot pre-COVID. COVID was going on at the time of this, so it got delayed quite a bit.
But that's our next watch.
Yep,
Right?
that's where we
Yeah.
go next. Yeah, since this is the end of season 2 of Mandalorian, what we've been doing at the end of each season is just kind of our wrap-up ratings, like we've done for the movies. So it's the 5 lightsaber scale with Yoda sabers and Khmer sabers.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts, Jack, for season 2 of
I give
The
it 5.
Mandalorian?
I give
Yeah.
it 5 lightsabers. I was hooked the entire time. I mean, even on this rewatch, I was still having a fucking blast with it. And I think people that listen know I watch it when it comes out, and then I watch it usually with somebody else in my life, and then sometimes again if I like the show. And this was definitely like a 3-episode a week viewing kind of show. And I mean, just the ending of it, getting to see Luke in that sense. I don't care about how you think the deep fake looked. You know, it is that is what it is. But Luke being a badass is always good. And at the time, the show had stakes because it got rid of Grogu in a good advanced reasoning way. Like,
Well, and the
you know.
show did actually have stakes. It was first season, but dragon stakes. So, or was that second season? But
medium rare, please. But yeah, I definitely would give it 5. And I understand people's criticisms. So, you know, if you want to give it a 3, that's fine. If you go lower than 3, explain me why. Explain me why.
yeah, I would have to say like it's 4 and a Yoda, and it's mostly just the deep fake thing. Like just cast someone else, but it's still a really good rating. That's really my only problem. I when the second season started, there were people complaining right out of the gate. Was it episode 2 or whatever, 14, whatever, the spider one?
Yeah.
There were people that were like, well, now it just feels like filler. And I was like, so last season you guys were like, this is supposed to be a serial kind of like adventure thing, and now that they try to bring those in, you complain about it still. So you can't make everybody happy. I do like
Andor.
Yeah.
Season 2.
I did love seeing, well, not everybody. We've met people who are like, it's just too boring, and I'm like, well, I guess you're not intelligent. But
I guess it pleased IMDb.
yeah, but it was just seeing Luke be a badass was great. It was just the face scenes, and only when you could really see him talking. When it was like the rear angle shot, I was fine with it.
Yeah,
obviously that's not Mark Hamill's voice. I mean, it might have been Mark Hamill's voice, but it was modulated with. Okay, I knew they used re-speech. I didn't know if he performed and then they used that to tweak it.
No, they basically built what they were going to have him say and then took every Star Wars dialogue he's ever uttered and ran it through a fucking AI machine to give it that.
I didn't hear him once go, ah.
But
I mean, we just watched The Long Walk, and I'm like, well, Mark Hamill doesn't sound like that anymore. He's in there just like, listen here, kids, go fuck yourselves. So it's like, and I know he's doing a voice, but still. Yeah, I'd say 4.5.
Voices.
I really love it, and we'll see how I feel about season 3 because I've only seen it once.
I can tell you how I feel about season 3, but you'll have to tune in.
So after this episode, I'll say it one more time, Jack. You can plug your ears or take out your headphones if you want. This will not be available on the Han Took Shots First feed anymore. Everything will be over at Bad Movies, Worst People. And we're going to take a break for 1 week next week. We're going to put a little break in between seasons to try to lighten the load a little bit. There will always be Bad Movies, Worst People content. So we're going to be off for 1 week, and then we'll return with the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 1, Stranger in a Strange Land.
Stranger.
Don't forget to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople, because over there at the $3 level, you get Han Took Shots First episodes early, ad-free, and uncut. So probably by the time you're hearing this, even though I'm telling you there's a break next week, you'll probably be listening to Boba Fett over there already.
Yeah.
So
time, dude.
What are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? Why are you here? Well, I appreciate that you're here, but why
Thank
aren't
you for being here. Don't go away. Don't go away.
And there are links. I plug the Patreon. I plug the shop.badmoviesworstpeople.com. There are links in the show notes, just so you guys know. So you don't have to remember. If you just scroll down or hit description
if you're like me,
or whatever.
you just want to scroll and click.
Yeah, it's right there. It's always right there. So you can click the links right there. So until we return in 2 weeks with Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 1, I'm just a simple man making my way through the galaxy. I'm Derek.
I'm Jake.
And we'll see you in space or some shit.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Dude, if we know anybody that like fabricates, I would really love the Emperor's fucking chair in the Death Star. Like, just not even for the podcast, just in general, I would just like that.
I was just thinking about like us talking about fucking, I don't know, the electric state, and you just sitting in this fucking Emperor chair. Like, I can't believe the consumerism of this bullshit.
Hey, I'm supporting local business, man. But also, if I had that chair during that recording, I would have straight spun around on you so many fucking times. And then Mr. Peanut is fighting Juan Carlo Esposito.
No.